Welcome to Fluent English Speaking. The title for today's story is My First Day as a Doctor. It was more than just a morning, it was the start of my dream. My first day as a doctor had arrived, and with it came excitement, fear, and the weight of a white coat I had waited years to wear. I woke up early. My alarm rang at 5:30 a.m. It was my first day as a doctor. I was excited. But I was also nervous. I brushed my teeth slowly. I looked into the mirror. "You can do this," I whispered. The uniform lay neatly on the bed, clean, white, and fresh. I wore it with care. It felt heavy, not because of weight, but responsibility. I had dreamt of this day for years. I stepped outside. The sky was dark. The air was cool. A new day had started. I took the bus. It was quiet. I watched people getting ready for work. Some were smiling. Some looked tired. I wondered what they were feeling. At 7 a.m., I reached the hospital gate. It was big. It looked serious. Patients waited everywhere. Some were sick. Some were scared. Some were crying. I took a deep breath and walked in. A kind nurse greeted me. "First day?" she asked. I nodded. She smiled. "Come, I'll show you around." We walked through long halls. I was assigned to the general ward. There were many patients. Some were sleeping. Some were talking softly. Some were in pain. I checked my list. The next patient was a man named Mr. Ibrahim Khan. He had chest pain and trouble in breathing. I walked to his bed. He looked around 60 years old. He had tired eyes and gray hair. He was lying quietly under the blanket. "Good morning, Mr. Khan," I said with a smile. "I'm Dr. Raj. How are you feeling?" He looked at me, confused. Then he said something in Urdu. I didn't understand it. I asked again slowly, "How are you feeling today?" He pointed to his chest and said a few words I didn't know. I could tell he was in discomfort. But I couldn't understand him. I tried English. Then Hindi. Still, he looked worried. A nurse came by. "Mr. Khan speaks mostly Urdu," she said. "He understands very little Hindi or English." I nodded. But I didn't want to give up. I had to find a way. I opened my phone. I typed in chest pain in Google Translate. I showed him the Urdu translation. He nodded. Then he said something long. I typed his words in voice-to-text. It showed me, pain comes and goes. Sometimes it's sharp. Sometimes heavy. I smiled. We were making progress. I used simple words. I asked, "Feeling pain now?" He shook his head. I asked, "Felt pain before lunch?" He nodded. Then I made a small chart with pictures: happy face, very sad face. I pointed to each one. He pointed to very sad face. I noted it. I checked his pulse and blood pressure. Everything looked okay now, but I needed more. I called a staff member from another ward. She knew Urdu. She came quickly and spoke to Mr. Khan. They talked for a few minutes. Then she turned to me and said, "He says the pain gets worse when he walks. He also feels dizzy and tired." "Thank you," I said. I wrote down everything. I ordered some tests, an ECG, blood tests, and an X-ray. Later that day, the reports came. There was no heart attack, but signs of weakness. He had low hemoglobin. He needed better food, iron, and rest. I went back to his bed. This time, I brought a paper. I drew simple pictures: a plate of green vegetables, a pill, a glass of water. He smiled. He understood. He held my hand. Then he said slowly, "Thank you, doctor." It was only 2 words, but they meant a lot. I smiled and replied, "Shukriya, Mr. Khan." He laughed softly. Then he said in English, "You, good doctor." I wasn't sure if I deserved that. But in that moment, I felt proud. We didn't speak the same language, but we had still understood each other. In the afternoon, I went to the emergency room. This was real. This was not a classroom anymore. It was loud. Nurses ran. Doctors gave orders. I had to help. The senior doctor guided me. We worked together. I did my part carefully. I stayed calm. I felt strong. "You're doing well," a senior doctor said to me. My heart lifted. I met many people that day. Some were happy. Some were scared. Some were in pain. Some were alone. But everyone needed care. By evening, I was tired. My legs hurt. My back ached. But my heart was full. As I left the hospital, I looked up. The sky was turning orange. I had made it through the first day. At home, I lay in bed. I closed my eyes. I saw the patients whom I treated and the man who said thank you. I knew this was just the beginning. The hospital was a place of pain, but also a place of hope. I was part of it now, and I was ready to return tomorrow.
This story helped you listen, read, and understand real English in a natural way. By following simple sentences, clear visuals, and emotional moments, you've practiced how to speak, think, and feel in English just like in real life. Keep watching and keep learning.